Hello everyone, and welcome back to Assassins Creed Valhalla with me, longclawvalhalla, where we always deliver. Well, I'm still in the Kingdom of Mercia, this time in the county of Essex. I've been invited by the local Ealdorman, and when I turn up at his house, his young Frankish wife explains that he's out hunting and hasn't returned, so I set off into Epping Forest to see if I can track him down. When I find him, he's being attacked by a couple of bears, and I need to help him out. It seems that this Ealdorman prefers hunting in the forest than being at home with his wife, and even tending to his duties as a local Ealdorman. He invites me back to his house so he can explain to me the nature of his invite. So let's see how we get on. I've been uploading content for Assassin's Creed all week. Please check out my channel and have a look at the rest of it, and I'll take you through the journey step by step. So this story arc is a little different. It's a breath of fresh air, actually. You see, this Ealdorman does not love his wife, and she doesn't love him. She wants to return to her home in France, and he wants to reunite with his childhood sweetheart, so I will put the two together. A plan is laid. I will help her seem to be kidnapped and assist her in finding a ship to sail her home to France. At the same time, I will reapproach the Ealdorman's long-lost love and see if she would be up for rekindling their childhood romance. First up, I need to find the ship and the Danish warrior who's going to take her back to France, and there's a man called Rollo who's nearby in a whorehouse. No sooner have I got there than King Alfred's men turn up to arrest him, so I help him escape out the back, and you have a bit of combat to take care of. Rollo is a fearsome warrior, and doesn't take long for you both to dispatch of Alfred's soldiers. You see, this story arc is all about love and romance, and less about putting a snotty Ealdorman on the throne. Remember, we're here to build an alliance for Ravensthorpe, and as things get heavier in this game, it seems that the alliances are even more important. When I get Rollo back to his camp, he can see that some of his men have been slaughtered, and he's got two of his aides tied up, and I need to interrogate them and figure out which one is the traitor. Now, we've been here before. It's a simple process of asking them questions. The elder is a sworn sword to Rollo's father, and the young girl is a shield maiden who is jealous that Rollo is spending time and working for the French woman. So I tell him that she is in fact the traitor, and he smacks her with his warhammer. At this stage, I'm not 100% sure if that was the correct answer, but it felt right to me. And now Rollo's explained that he needs the rest of his men who are held up in a nearby camp. This is fairly simple. You need to release the Danish warriors, and in doing so you get yourself some help in clearing out the camp. You can do this covertly, but it seemed to get pretty loud as soon as I got near the cages, so just take out everyone and eradicate everybody that's in the camp, and that includes all of the guards, even at the other end of the camp. It's quite a large camp, and some of the guards were not even alerted to my presence. You may need to revive some of the warriors as well, and just make sure you do that before you finish the fight, because you want as many of them to help you. There are some guards, as I say, still in the watchtowers, and you need to approach all of those as well. I've said before many times, I'm not a big fan of the combat mechanics in this game. I think it's a little bit clunky and heavy, nothing like the very awesome Odyssey, which was the previous game. Once you have taken out everybody, you can reunite with Rollo down by the sea, and he will agree to help you in this kidnap. He and his men will assist you. There's a Christian feast about to happen, and the plan is that I will kidnap Estrid during that feast. But before I do, I need to ride to Maladin and reapproach the Ealdorman Birsten's childhood sweetheart. She's not at home when I get there, but I do run into her younger brother, who explains that she has once again been taken hostage by some of Alfred's men. So I need to travel to another camp, and this time you need to try and do this more covertly, and you can run around on the ropes above the ground level, and that will give you a fairly good chance of getting around without seeing anyone. There's a key that you need to locate, which will allow you to get into the small hut where Alfreda is being held captive, and she can't walk when you get there, so you need to drag her out over your shoulder. And I find the best thing to do in these scenarios is call for your horse while you're inside the camp, and the horse will appear next to you, and then you can ride out like the wind through the camp entrance, get her back to her home, and then give her a bit of time, and when she wakes up you'll have a chance to discuss the proposal with her, and of course she is well up for it. So you can return to Birsten, and it turns out he's out hunting again, and he will show up in a while once she lights the bonfire, and they have a chance to rekindle their romance right there and then. So next up we turn our attention to the kidnapping. Now this is the most difficult part of this story arc. Rollo is with you with his men, and you're covertly seated somewhere in the feast, and you need to get to her, and she's the other side of the feast, of course. Now I find this incredibly hard to do this without being detected, and as soon as you are detected you'll have standard bearers, pikemen, everybody in the whole King Alfred's army down on you. But drag her away and take her to the camp, and a decision is made not to travel to France straight away, and I think the main reason for this is to give her a chance to come at you pretty hard. You see, she's been held up in England for a while and has been looking for love, so she gives you the chance to give her one night of passion before she travels to her homeland, and of course you're only too happy to oblige. But in the morning it's all business as usual, and now your attention turns to the Ealdorman. Once again he's out hunting, and you find him hunting some boar, and you help him with that, and when he gets back there's a confrontation with the young brother. He's not happy that there's a controversy because the Ealdorman's wife has disappeared. Everybody thinks she's been kidnapped, and now he shows up with a new woman, and she's becoming a bit of a laughingstock, and he's not happy about it. And during this exchange she explains that she's actually his mother and that the Ealdorman is his father. He storms out, and the story is left largely unresolved. An emissary runs in and explains that Estrid has been found, and King Alfred's men are on their way to rescue her. So once again it's up to me to save the day. If I don't get there and protect them from Alfred's men, the whole plan will be ruined. And once again, remember, I'm here to forge an alliance for Ravensthorpe. Nothing left for it but for me to take on Alfred's men. This is quite a difficult fight. There's a few difficult adversaries, but once you get the hang of the fighting mechanics, you'll deal with it in no trouble at all. And then you send off Estrid. They must leave immediately. With a romantic goodbye from me, there's nothing left but for me to go back to my settlement in Ravensthorpe and report to Randy. So all done in Essex, it's time to turn my attention to Sussex and the battle with Fulke, and hopefully I'll be able to use my alliances to make me stronger in that effect. Thanks for watching, I'll be back soon.